We're joined with Mr. C.P. Gurnani, the CEO of Tech Mahindra. So I'm sure you've had a lot of client meetings here at Davos in the last 3 days. What are they telling you? Are they going to open up their purse strings? Are they tightening their purse strings? What can we expect in terms of tech budgets this year?
So in a lot of ways, I can only say when you came into Davos, there was a feeling that it's going to be up and down. I think what these 3 days of almost 50 meetings says is that it's not going to be negative. And in terms of how positive it would be, a lot depends on the way US Fed would react. And, there is always more than one layer that you need to unpeel, because ultimately corporates do depend on some indications from the US, but otherwise the mood looks moderately positive.
Okay. And in terms of the IT sector growth this year and Tech Mahindra's growth, JP Morgan recently came out with a report and they said they expect a great reset where growth will again moderate to single digits of 8 to 9%. Do you subscribe to that view? Is the next financial year going to be tough for IT? Because, you see Microsoft laying off in huge numbers. They announced, I think, 10,000 yesterday. Big tech is clearly going through pain.
So Chandra, 3 quick reactions to this. One is, even if it is 8 to 10% and JP Morgan is right, we should celebrate it. Though from a Tech Mahindra perspective, I would like to believe it is likely to be 2-digit growth. Second part, Microsoft laying off, to me it has to be taken into account with a 3-year view. How many people did they hire over the 3 years? And the reality is, Microsoft Teams as a project which have taken hundreds of people just to develop it as a hybrid working project.
Yeah.
Now that project is mature. All of us have learned to work in a hybrid environment. I'm sure there are reasons. I don't want to comment on behalf of Microsoft or any other big tech, but I do want us to take a lens and say what was the net addition from 2019 to now, and then compare the layoffs, and you will realize that it is not that bad.
We perhaps overhired in the last few years. But in terms of the trends this quarter, we are seeing a significant drop in net count addition for India's top IT firms. Attrition is also coming down. So is that a pointer that, we should expect moderate growth going forward?
Chandra, you will always find me a contrarian. You hire when the attrition is higher. If the attrition has come down, naturally my net hiring will be lower.
The supply challenges have come down.
Yeah. And the second part is that there will be, hiring cannot be always linear. The reality is AI, data and automation are part of our lives. So if it is not linear, revenue goes up, and if we don't hire, please do take into account that we are becoming more efficient with automation.
Right. Finally, sir, there is also a lot of, speculation surrounding the succession plan at Tech Mahindra. You will, of course, be there till the end of this year. But what kind of succession plan are you putting in place? Have you already identified an internal slate, or are you depending on an external slate, for your own succession?
I think, Chandra, May 22, I did share with all of you that I would step down in December 2023. The board has appointed a committee, and the committee will meet again when we get together for a board meeting. And I think the best time to ask this question would be after those board meetings.
So this would be the beginning of the next financial year?
I'm not saying anything, because the reality is that the board has met a few people internal, and they will take a decision. And all I can say is that post the board meeting, I'll have a better status for you.
On that note, thank you very much, sir, for talking to us.